Hello everyone. Today I'll start the second lecture of accountancy, which is related to the basic terms of accounts. In my previous lecture, I'll discuss the five basic terms. Now I'll start with the another basic terms of accounts. Sixth term is expenditure. Expenditure is the amount that is spent or any liability that is incurred for the value that's we received. So expenditure is a part of expenses that are done by the business. Expenses like any purchase or sale, purchase of furniture, purchase of machinery, or any salary, rent that were paid by the businessman. So expenditure is further divided in the two terms: capital expenditure or revenue expenditure. Capital expenditure means any expenditure that is related more than 1 year. Expenditure those are done by the businessman for more than 1 year is called capital expenditure. For example, purchase of machines. If any businessman or any person purchase the machines, these machines are not only for 1 year. These machines are helpful for the business more than 1 year, like for 4 years or for 5 years. So capital expenditures are the nature of the expenditures that are done by the businessman for making the production suitability and availability of the machines for more than 1 years. These are non-recurring in nature. These expenses, recurring means repeatedly. These expenses are not done in repeated ways. These are done in the non-recurring nature. Like if we purchase a machine in 2009, then we don't purchase a machine in 2010, 11, or so on. These expenditures are done after the 2-3 years, after the maximum time, because these are higher value in nature, or these expenditure are non-recurring in nature. We don't done these expenditure as a day-to-day expenditure. Next is a revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure is related to only 1 year. These expenditures are our journal expenditures, like paying salary, paying rent, paying commission, paying bonus, or any other day-to-day expenses that are incurred by the businessman. These expenditures are recurring in nature. These expenses are incurred day by day or recurring in nature. There is no time limit. If on first day of the month these expenses are incurred, then these are incurred at the mid of the month or at the last of the month. So these are recurring in nature. These are recurred at time to time. These expenditures are done for paying the day-to-day expenses. These are recurring in nature. So for example is as clear: salary, rent, insurance premium, any advertisement expenses, so on. So next term, seventh term is expenses or cost. As name define cost means any cost or any expenses that are incurred by the businessman. These are some similars. There's no much difference between expenditure or expenses. These are consumed during the year. Expenses means any of the amount or any of the money that is consumed or used by the businessman during the particular year or during its financial year. So it's called expenses. Expenses are generally salaries, rent, wages, as same of the expenditure in nature. Next, eighth is income. Increase the net worth from the business. Any increase in the business or any increase in the finances of the business is known as an income, and or non-business activity. Income is incurred from the business activities, like what type of business you are doing. You earn the profits, or you earn the some money from your business activity. This become your income. Or this income is also come from your non-business activities. The activities those are not related to your business, any other activity or any personal activities as on is also known as an income. Income also includes the profits of the business. Any profits that are incurred by the businessman during a particular accounting period is also added in your income. So next term, ninth term, is profit. As profit means increase in income more than expenses is known as profit. If your incomes are more than expenses, then the portion of this their difference is known as profit. For example, if income is 1 lakh rupees or your expenses are only 50,000, so you earned the 50,000 profit for the particular period or particular time. So next term is gain. Gain means gain is like a profit, but profit is incurred from or gain profit is received from the sum of the normal activities of business, like day to day business activities, like monthly basis. Any of the income when increases from the expenses is called profits. But gain is somehow different from the profits. There is only one difference, because gain is related to the irregular nature activities, like these activities are not done day by day, these activities are not done regularly or like in 1 year. For example, sale of fixed assets like any machine, any building, any land, those assets which can't move from one place to another place. So sale of the fixed assets are done not on regular basis. The assets are sold for more than 1 year, from more than 2 years. So these assets are not a regular activity of the business. This is irregular in nature, because even any person cannot sell the goods, sell the any assets by day. So sale of fixed asset is an irregular nature, or any gain earned from this sale is known as gain. For example, in 2009, land purchased for 1 lakh. One businessman purchased a land for 1 lakh, or in 2012 this land becomes 5 lakh. So the margins of the land area is increases by 4 lakh. So this 4 lakh become the gain for a businessman. So this is not earned in regular basis, because after 3 years they earn the 4 lakh gain. So it is not called profit, it's called gain. Next is 11th term is related to loss. Loss is any unwanted burden. Everyone is feared from the losses in the business, but losses is a part of the business. If you earn the profit, so there is losses also. Or losses has two types: normal losses or abnormal losses. Normal losses, these are the normal in nature. If any linkage, like anything that is leaking, so this is normal in nature. So abnormal losses, these are the unforeseen situations. Means you don't know about these situations in before, because if the fire occurred in the business, so nobody know about the fire, or nobody know about the theft. So these are the abnormal things that happened in your business, because future is uncertain, or there is an unnecessary or unforeseen situations, or which cannot be tackled by the businessman. So these are the abnormal activities. From the abnormal activities, any losses incurred by business is known as abnormal loss. Abnormal activities are those activities which are not in our control. These activities are related to nature, related to the outsider activities like fire, theft, floods. So these are abnormal activities. Normal activities are somehow has control of the businessman. You should control these activities to some extent, but loss from these activities are normal in nature. Next term is related to purchases. So for understanding the meaning of purchase or sale, firstly we should discuss about the goods. Goods means any articles which are purchased by the enterprises, sales in the usual courses of the business. Any article or any things, small things, large things, are purchased by the businessman for making production. For example, raw factor is purchased by the businessman is known as goods. Example for this is cotton is purchased by businessman for making the clothes. So cotton is a raw material for businessman, because cotton is used for the production, then further making the clothes, and then sold on the profits. So these types of the things are known as goods for the businessman. As I said, goods are small nature or in large nature, like car. Car is also good for the car dealer because they sold the car to the merchant or another person. So car, furniture, anything which is used for further production like raw material is known as goods. So now I'll give you the examples of the purchase and sale further. Firstly, we discuss about the purchase and sale. 12th term is your purchase. Purchase means anything that can be used by the businessman for further production. For example, raw material is purchased. For what purpose raw material is purchased? Because from raw material we make the work in progress, then we make the finished product, then we sold these products. So purchase, raw material purchase. So purchase is anything that can be purchased by the business for making his business valuable or for making the goods or sold at higher profits. Next term is sales. Sales means anything which can be produced by the business during a particular accounting period, then it's sold on the profits. So this is called sales. Sales are on cash basis as well as credit basis. If the businessman sold the goods on cash basis, immediately taking the cash or receiving the cash, so this transaction is known cash transaction. Credit transaction means if the purchaser doesn't pay the cash immediately but paid after some time, after 3 months, 4 months, 1 year, so this transaction is known as credit transaction. One thing more, if the goods are purchased then it's called purchases, but if car, furniture or any valuable thing is purchased, then is known by its name, not by purchase. If we purchase the car, then we don't say purchases, then you said car is purchased. So there is a name of particular fixed asset. But if you purchase the goods like small articles like spare parts, like raw material, so these things are known as purchases. So it's all about 14 terms. Next was 15th term is stock. Stock means any unsold stock. If a businessman produce 100 items, but at the end of the year he sold only 80 items, so how much items are left is known as stock. 20 items are left, so these 20 items are the stock for the businessman. Stock is a portion of the things or portion of material or portion of product that can't be sold by the businessman during a particular accounting period. For 1 year, this, for example, in 2009 closing stock is 20 items, so it's become closing stock. In next year this closing stock become the opening stock for businessman. So because if you have left with 20 items during 2009, in next year 2010 we start the business from these 20 items, then make the further production and then sold these products, or after making the sale, then the left stock is sold first in next year, then make the next production, so on. So the closing stock of 1 year become the opening stock of next year, immediate next year. Stock has 3 types: raw material, work in progress, or finished goods. There is a stock at different places of time in production. Raw material stock is also work in progress, means when the production is going on, and finished goods. There's 3 types of stocks, as when you done the numericals, then there is 3 types of these stocks are there: raw material, work in progress, as finished goods. So next I'll discuss the very important terms of accounts. These are very necessary for understood. So next 16th term is debtors. Debtors means person from whom the amount is due or pending. Any person from whom you should receive the amount in near future or amount is pending. So this person is known as debtor for the businessman. For example, Ram sold goods to Shyam for 20,000, but Shyam didn't pay the cash, immediate cash. So after 3 months Shyam pay the cash. For these 3 months Shyam become the debtor for the Ram. because Ram has pending money from Shyam as 20,000. So Ram received this money after 3 months or after the contracted time. So for this time period, for 3 months time period, Shyam become the debtor for the Ram, because Ram received the money after these 3 months, or Ram has from whom the amount is due. So Ram receive the money, or Shyam is a debtor for the Ram, because as a debtor is also known as an assets for the business, because it's property when we receive this amount after 3 months or after the contracted time. So this would help you in the business. So debtors are also known as an assets. If there is only one person from where the amount is pending, so it's called debtor. If there is a number of person, for example there is a 20 person in the businessman, there is a number of transactions, so there is a number of debtors. So if there is a 20 persons from where the amount is pending, or those person who purchased the things on the credit but didn't pay the cash immediately, so these 20 person is known as sundry debtors. For the number of persons, sundry word is used. If there is only one person, then debtor word is used. So clearly understood this, debtor from whom the amount is pending. Next, continue with next term. This is creditor. Amount is owed or given. If I given amount in near future to some person, so it become our creditor, or it is a liability or obligation. For example, if I purchased goods for 10,000 but I didn't pay the cash, I don't pay the cash to this person. After 3 months I paid the there is no contract. After 3 months I paid the cash to this person. For these 3 months this is my liability, or I become the creditor for this person, because I am liable to pay this money as soon as time comes on, or as soon as the time is going through. So for these 3 months I become liable to that person, because I have credit or I have loan, so I have to pay this loan after these 3 months. So amount is owed or given, so that amount which is given by me is become credit amount. So the person is known as a creditor. As same of debtors, if there is only one person, then it's called creditor. If there is more than one person, like 20-30 persons from where you should receive the amount in near future, so this is called your sundry creditors. Let's take an example. So example is, A sold goods to B for 40,000 for 2 months credit. So as it's clear from this, there is no immediate cash transaction, because no cash is paid by B to A. So this is a credit transaction, because there are 2 months. After 2 months this amount will be settled. So according to this viewpoint, there are two persons, A or B, or books are prepared individual basis, because these two are the businessmen, A's business or B's business. If in the books of the A will record B is debtor, because A received the amount, because A sold the goods are sold, or A received the amount after these 2 months. So B is a debtor for him, because it is an asset. When he receives the amount after 2 months 40,000, so this amount is valuable for him, or it's a property for him. So in the books of A, B is debtor, or according to B, in the books of B, A is creditor, because B should have to pay this amount. So for the B, A is creditor, or A is a liability. So hope so this is clear to you. And next 20th term is 18th. Next term is discount. Discount means any reduction in price. As you know, when we go on shopping, then there isn't some margin of discount like 5%, 10%, 50% discounts are there. So any reduction on the price of product is known as discount. So discount has also two types, cash discount or trade discount. Cash discount is given to the customer as I taken the example before. When we go on shopping, and if the product has 1000 cost has 1000 rupees, and you purchase the product on 850, so this 150 is discount for you, so it's a cash discount. Next is trade discount. Trade discount is given by the businessman to another businessman. Like if the one businessman or a retailer purchase the product from some factory or some manufacturing unit, so it's a trade discount. Then their discount is on quantity. If purchase 100 units, so 10 units are given as free, so these 10 units are as an discount. Or one more example, if price of 100 units are if price of 100 units is 5 per unit, for example 500, or when you purchase the 200 units, the price become 4. So these type of discounts are given by the businessman to their dealers or to their regular customers or regular businessmen. Last term is accounting equation. Accounting equation, as I discussed earlier, accounting equation is the base of accounting. So on the numerical viewpoint of this accounting equation is very helpful, because the most of the numericals are depend upon this accounting equation. So learn it. Assets are equals to capital plus liabilities. Always a businessman's assets are always equal to his capital or his liabilities. Capital, his own capital, owner fund, the amount that is invested by the businessman or its personal finance. Or liability, borrowed fund, the amount that is borrowed by the businessman from the outsider sources, from their relatives, from the bank loan, from the other institutions loan. So these are the borrowed fund for the businessman. These two has become the assets. So assets are the property. So these the finance from capital or finance from liabilities are invested in the assets, so these become your assets. Assets is equals to the capital plus liabilities. Assets is a property of business, capital is owner's own fund or personal finance, or liability is the borrowed fund, the outsider finance. So it is all about your accounting equation. So it's all about today's class. Thank you, have a nice day.